kilometres an hour at the airport, Sydney Harbour, North Head and Kurnell. Today across New South Wales, the rain has been concentrated around the south coast. We've seen 12 millimetres fall in Jervis Bay and 5 in Merimbula. Let's take a look at tomorrow. And a low in the Tasman Sea will bring strong winds and gusty showers to the eastern seaboard. A shower or two on the way for Brisbane, 27, partly cloudy and 22 in Canberra, fine and 23 in Melbourne, with warm and sunny conditions for both Adelaide and Perth. We're expecting just a few light showers in the far north of the state tomorrow, but most of the rain will be, as you can see, along the coast will actually remain offshore. There is a gale force wind warning for the Sydney, Illawarra and Batemans Bay coasts, with a strong winding from Coffs Harbour all the way down to Hunter. There's also a damaging surf warning for parts of the mid-north coast, the Hunter, Sydney, Illawarra and the south coast. OK, let's take a look at Sydney. It will be partly cloudy tomorrow. There is the slight chance of a shower, but that will only bring up to a millimetre of rain or less, and most likely along the coast with moderate to fresh southwesterly winds. It will be cooler than average. We're only heading for a top of 22 degrees in Terry Hills and Cronulla, 23 on the way for City, Kellyville and Parramatta, 24 degrees in Penrith, Liverpool and Campbelltown. Let's take a look ahead, and we can look forward to lots of Sydney sunshine. A great looking forecast, heading for a top of 24 degrees on Wednesday, 27 degrees on Thursday, with a few clouds around on Friday, 26, and that will warm back up to a sunny 27 on Saturday, 25 on Sunday and 27 again this time next week. And the days, well, while they're warming back up, take a look at those nights, finally cooling down from 17 to a low of 13 degrees. Kate.
Amber, thank you. And that is 9's afternoon news. Our next bulletin is at 6 o'clock with Peter Overton. I'm Kate Creedon. Have a great evening. Hope to see you tomorrow.
Please help transform our gallery into a thriving hub for our community, our artists and our region. Your generous tax-deductible donation through Newcastle Art Gallery Foundation will create an enduring cultural and artistic legacy for our community and future generations. Be part of the story. Make a lasting legacy today. Visit our Newcastle Art Gallery Foundation website to find out more.
Did you know that if you shave, 1/3 of what you remove is skin? Dove Advanced Care nourishes your skin to help it recover. So if you shave it, Dove it. Dove Advanced Care Antiperspirant helps your skin recover after shaving.
Wouldn't it be nice if things were a little more useful? At Origin, we're making it happen.
Repairing an economy takes time, but Australia is turning the corner. In just 3 years, we've opened 87 free Medicare urgent care clinics, delivered tax cuts and energy bill relief, halved inflation and got wages heading up. So we can now build on these foundations, extend energy bill relief, more bulk billing for all Australians, another tax cut for every taxpayer. We're building Australia's future.
Authorised P. Erickson, ALP Canberra.
What kind of crazy life hack is this?
The dishwasher doesn't dry the dishes well enough.
Try Finish Rinse Save.
For 2 times better drying, including on plastic, improving shine and protecting glasses.
Finish, the real life hack.
Tripperdeal's travel bonus offer is on now. Experience unbeatable Rockies Rail and Cruise from $6,999 per person, including flights. Take the Rocky Mountaineer train through breathtaking scenery, then cruise Alaska's wild coastline with Holland America Line. And when you book by April 10, earn a $250 travel bonus towards your next holiday. Plus, earn and use Qantas points on every booking. Search Tripperdeal now.
Hungry for more? Domino's has got you covered with our incredible giant donuts. Handcrafted, oven-baked, mega-sized and served warm for even more yumminess. Grab one today at Domino's.
Make Easter super at Super Cheap Auto. Save 30% on the Bowden's Own detailing range when you buy 3 or more. Or get 20% off Century Automotive and 4-wheel drive batteries. Plus club members get $5 credit for every 100 spent. Make it super. Super Cheap Auto.
From the modern to the traditional, find your new front door at Doors Plus. With the widest range of standard size entry doors, you can have your new front door and be spoilt for choice. We can paint or stain for a finish you'll be proud of. Deliver and install so you don't have to lift a finger. Plus, door hardware and framework, all at a great price. Visit a Doors Plus showroom to see the range of front doors for a free measure and quote.
Doors Plus.
No fuss.
This program brought to you by Electro Dry for clean, soft, healthy carpets and lounges.
Good afternoon, Gavin Morris with an NBN News update. A mother under police guard after being arrested over a stabbing attack on 3 children in Sydney's northwest. Opposition leader Peter Dutton campaigns in the Hunter, touring a mining equipment business and talking energy. The trial of a former Aboriginal education officer accused of kidnapping 2 Hunter students enters its final stages. The Polar Explorer, who's about to embark on a history-making space mission and become the first astronaut to enter orbit wearing the Australian flag. And in sport, Jerome Luai suspended as the Tigers fume following their 2-point loss to the Warriors. For all these stories and more, watch NBN News. It's all coming up tonight from 6, so join us then.
Under house arrest and they've done nothing wrong.
It's just like being in prison, only a lot worse.
All these residents want is out. Join me.
Iron deficiency can leave you feeling run down, clogged up. Switch to Multifer, a therapeutic formula clinically proven to correct iron deficiency with less constipation. Move to Multifer and feel the difference.
Milo cereal. Crunch it up, slurp it up, mix it up.
At Coles, there's something new to collect. My range of free glass containers. Just spend $20 in one transaction and scan your Flybys to earn 1 glass container credit. Collect all 7 and get ready to cook, serve and store. Only at Coles.
It's not where we go, but how far we go and the moments we have along the way. Introducing the all-new Audi Q6 e-tron. Electrifying, exhilarating, invigorating. It's a new era that powers us forward and leaves us breathless. This is you. This is us. This is Audi.
Well, thank you, England. You've sent us all your robes.
I wish you told me it was going to be this dressy.
It said dressy.
Yeah, you didn't say dressy, did you? If no one challenges anything, nothing ever changes.
Some say these bikinis should be banned.
But not Annie Roberts. Put some clothes on yourself.
I've got clothes on, more than you.
The brand new season of £10 Bombs, now streaming only on Stan.
This is what pre-flight mornings look like around here. Doing the coffee run, not the M1. Finding yourself the perfect park. So go on, take your pick from over 250 flights a week from Newcastle Airport. Ah, that's the Newy way.
Ah, it's finally summertime. And summertime means relaxing by the pool, cricket in the yard, sausages on the barbie, and the Mojo Home Summer Sale. For a limited time, build a new Mojo home and get $65,000 off. Plus, the coolest free upgrades for your new home.
Save big this summer at mojohomes.com.au. More joy, Mojo Homes. T's and C's apply.
Good afternoon, Gavin Morris with an NBN News update. Peter Dutton targets the marginal Hunter seat of Patterson, touring a mining equipment business and talking energy. A mother under police guard after being arrested over a stabbing attack on 3 children in Sydney's northwest. A rocket test comes to an explosive end in the Arctic in less than a minute. And Football Australia makes a call on Sam Kerr's future as Matilda's captain. All the details coming up in NBN's Hour of News tonight from 6.
The White Lotus is one of this year's hottest shows. And tomorrow, one of its breakout stars, Patrick Schwarzenegger, joins us live.
Plus, it's April Fool's Day, and we count down the most hilarious marketing pranks and catch up with the fabulous Lizzo. See you tomorrow.
I love having Red Energy on my team, and I think you will too. So, if you want real Aussie energy, give Red a call today on 131 806.
Experience iconic Northern Lights rail and sail from $10,999 per person, including flights. Explore Finnish Lapland, ride the iconic Flom Railway, cruise with Hurtigruten through Norway's fjords and more. Search Trip a Deal now.
There are some things you just never do blindfolded, like cutting wood, going for a ride, or fixing your antenna. So never dig without using Before You Dig online first, because if you don't search first, you're digging blind. Search Before You Dig online every time, and never dig blind.
Hard to reach stains? Try Harpic Fresh Power Tablets. Simply drop and go to help remove stains. Clean where the brush can't reach with new Harpic Fresh Power cleaning tablets. For easy toilet cleaning, try Harpic tablets today.
So don't let a chip spoil your trip.
Is that a chip?
That happens a lot, but O'Brien could have helped. A chip repair is faster, cheaper and greener than a new windscreen. And with car insurance, it's usually free. So don't let that little chip spoil your trip. Book today.
It's not about years, age is power. New Nivea Q10 Day Cream with Q10 and creatine for visibly reduced wrinkles in 7 days. New Nivea Q10 Day Cream SPF 30. Skin is for feeling your power. Nivea is for skin.
Ita Buttrose here on behalf of Compact Home Lifts. Did you know that Compact Home Lifts has helped thousands of Australians to keep living in the home they love? Whether you have an immediate need or simply want to future-proof your home, Compact Home Lifts has the perfect solution for you. You can have confidence when choosing Compact Home Lifts. Just look at the hundreds of 5-star reviews on Google. Call the team now for a free quote or visit compactlifts.com.au.
Leonardo DiCaprio leads an all-star cast in the action-packed thriller The Departed, tonight on 9 Go.
It's the phenomenon sweeping the planet. 81 Aussies face off in the world's biggest battle of minds. Soon on 9.
The federal election has been announced. It's important that you're enrolled to vote and your details are up to date. If you've recently changed your name or address, turned 18 or become an Australian citizen, you must update your details or enrol now. Head to aec.gov.au or pick up an enrolment form at any AEC office and return it to the AEC before 8 p.m. on Monday, 7th of April. Your vote will help shape Australia. Authorised by the Electoral Commissioner, Canberra.
Experience iconic Northern Lights rail and sail from $10,999 per person, including flights. Explore Finnish Lapland, ride the iconic Flom Railway, cruise with Hurtigruten through Norway's fjords and more. Search Trip a Deal now.
Universities matter because of what matters to us, like teachers with real classroom experience, better bushfire detection and prevention, strong biosecurity at our borders, more doctors and nurses, and mould that eats plastic. Healthier koalas, safer cars, cleaner water. For more ways universities benefit us all, visit universitiesmatter.edu.au.
I'm Nat from O'Brien. These cracks all started as chips. Happens a lot. We replace thousands of windscreens, but a chip repair is faster, cheaper and greener. And with car insurance, your repair is usually free. Book today.
We're on fire. Huge drop into the water, total chaos.
Sounds wild, especially over the loudspeaker.
Good job, everyone. That was a drill.
Not thinking straight? A Dare Fix will fix it.
Are you living in a state of mild anxiety? Having trouble sleeping? Feeling tired all the time? Caruso's Mega B Stress Plus Ashwagandha to the rescue. Caruso's Mega B Stress Plus Ashwagandha reduces symptoms of stress and mild anxiety, relieves sleeplessness and supports energy production. So if you're fed up with living in a state of mild anxiety, try Caruso's Mega B Stress Plus Ashwagandha today. Caruso's Mega B Stress Plus Ashwagandha is made in Australia and is available from leading pharmacies and health stores.
From sweet and juicy to crisp and crunchy. Enjoy great fresh specials this week, like Australian loose sweet corn or baby carrots 500-gram pack, only $1.20 each. From the fresh food people.
Tonight on NBN News, Peter Dutton targets Patterson touring a mining business. The trial of a former Aboriginal education officer accused of kidnapping 2 students enters its final stages. And celebrations continue for Hunter cricketer Jason Sanger.
Under house arrest and they've done nothing wrong.
It's just like being in prison, only a lot worse.
All these residents want is out. Join me.
Milo cereal. Crunch it up, slurp it up, mix it up.
In a bit of a mess? Pino Clean has 3 times multi-action power to clean, disinfect and freshen. It's not clean unless it's Pino Clean.
Australia, welcome to Miami. For just $2, you could win this Martyr Prize home masterpiece on the Gold Coast. This Mercedes and $100,000 in gold bullion. The draw's closing soon, so get your tickets now.
Universities matter because of what matters to us, like teachers with real classroom experience, better bushfire detection and prevention, strong biosecurity at our borders, more doctors and nurses, and mould that eats plastic, healthier koalas, safer cars, cleaner water. For more ways universities benefit us all, visit universitiesmatter.edu.au.
Book now and fly free with Viking. Explore all 7 continents with no kids, no casinos and all-inclusive pricing.
Hurry, Viking's Explorer sale ends soon. Book your next voyage before 31 March to secure free flight offers. See your Viking agent or visit Viking.com.
What are you doing?
Got to stay up all night and keep an eye on all the properties we're looking at.
Babe, these are really bad for you.
I know, but I feel amazing. Look at this, I've organized these tabs by price from low to high. But on this browser, I've got them listed from high to low in terms of, how many bedrooms there are. I just got to make sure that there's at least 2 bathrooms, right?
Never miss a listing update with property alerts. Download the Domain app. Know what we know.
Introducing the all-new Sealy Posturepedic Acclaim. A breakthrough in sleep technology that senses and responds, helping to align your body. Innovation never felt so good. In store now.
Doors Plus Easter sale is now on. For a limited time, buy any 4 internal doors and save an extra $225. Buy 5 internal doors and save an extra $300. Buying doors made easy with the Doors Plus Easter sale. Doors Plus, no fuss.
These
I love Ryan. I want him in my life.
Ree, I am falling in love with you.
are the cliffhanger final vows Australia's been dying to see.
I can't ignore the good times where you made me feel special and cared for and loved.
And
I like your gorgeous hair.
the ultimate rug pull.
In a world of red flags, you are the red carpet.
Sorry, that's ridiculous.
Will have you guessing
You had me and you ruined it.
till the very end.
I'm so sorry.
The final vows tonight.
This program brought to you by Electro Dry for clean, soft, healthy carpets and lounges.
Coming up shortly on NBN News, a mother under police guard after being arrested over a stabbing attack on 3 children in Sydney. Opposition leader Peter Dutton campaigns in the Hunter, targeting the marginal seat of Patterson and spruiking his energy policy. A rocket test comes to an explosive end in the Arctic in less than a minute. And in sport, Jerome Luai suspended as the Tigers fume following their 2-point loss to the Warriors. All of the details coming up in NBN's Hour of News next. Tonight, 3 children stabbed in Sydney's northwest, their mother arrested. Peter Dutton brings his nuclear power plan to the Hunter while the PM accuses him of jumping the gun. Defence monitoring another Chinese ship off Australia's coast. Survivors still being found 3 days after the quake that rocked Myanmar and Thailand. And some of the biggest names in the NRL sidelined. The latest on when they'll be back.
This is NBN News with Gavin Morris.
Good evening. A Sydney mother is tonight under police guard in hospital after allegedly stabbing her 3 children as they slept. The children's father woke to screams, then grabbed the knife from the woman. Police say she may have been having a psychotic episode.
Signs of a happy, welcoming family home now torn apart after a mother allegedly stabbed her 3 children with a kitchen knife. Her husband, the children's father, raised the alarm around 5:15 this morning after waking up to screams coming from the kids' bedrooms.
He's then gone to approach the situation and from what I am told has secured the weapon and he's contacted police.
Police and paramedics swarmed the Borkham Hills house where a 10-year-old boy and 13-year-old girl were treated for stab wounds to their abdomens. A 16-year-old girl who's wheelchair bound also stabbed. All 3 children taken to Westmead Hospital in a stable condition.
I'm shocked. I mean, it's a peaceful neighbourhood.
Their mother also transported under police guard with self-inflicted stab wounds. News of the attack shocking neighbours.
They're quite a lovely, decent family who keeps to themselves.
Forensics and detectives now left to piece together what led to the alleged attempted murder-suicide.
There's certainly no domestic violence history reported to police on our records. That family home is really not known to police, if I'm honest with you. A relatively normal family, and if I can say to you, this is probably completely unexpected.
Police say the 47-year-old mother also had no record of mental health issues, the father telling them her behaviour had become erratic over the past few days. Detectives are now investigating if she was suffering a psychotic episode.
Maybe we could have reached out and helped this family sooner had we have known there was problems in the household.
The children are expected to make a full recovery physically.
In terms of a psychological recovery, I guess time will tell what that means for them.
The mother remains under police guard in hospital. Erin Ramsey, NBN News.
And if you or someone you know is a victim of domestic violence, you can call 1-800-RESPECT. That's 1-800-737-732. Peter Dutton has revealed where he would live if he wins government on the 3rd of May, and it's not Canberra. The leaders have been on opposite sides of the country, trading blows on energy and health.
Here we go. No, we don't.
In high vis, touring high tech, a highly challenging start for the opposition leader.
We're getting a new driver.
Yeah, we're getting someone who knows what they're doing.
No assistance here at all.
In coal country, testing the tools at Cougar Mining.
Just going to get into business here.
The resource-rich New South Wales Hunter region, potential fertile grounds for the coalition.
I feel I'm on a roll now. Can't pretend that the lights here are going to work in the evening shift under Labor's plans.
The Liberal Party plans to build a nuclear plant in the region but won't say what size or where the waste will go.
Dutton's nuclear plant. Why?
And is now up against a big spending union campaign.
The CSIRO says nuclear is way more expensive than renewables, so why would that help my power bills?
In the West, a more delicate touch was required.
She's so sweet.
Baby Amber at 27 hours old, the youngest participant in this election and the most patient mother.
Congratulations.
Thank you so much.
Together, we will extend this hospital to meet the growing needs of the northeastern suburbs of Perth.
The health announcement on this side of the country follows similar health stops on the east coast, and we're told there's more to come.
A coalition that will cut Medicare as sure as night follows day, because they've got to find $600 billion for their nuclear fantasy.
The Prime Minister accusing Peter Dutton of already fantasising about victory, nominating his preferred prime ministerial home.
We would live in Kirribilli. It's we love Sydney and love the harbour. It's a great city. I think it takes Sydney any day over Canberra.
Peter Dutton is already measuring the curtains at Kirribilli, and I think that reflects a certain arrogance on his part.
More serious, a sudden visit to a sodden Western Queensland. Previously parched country, now dangerously drenched. A reminder of bigger challenges that lie ahead for whoever emerges at the end of the election. Charles Croucher, NBN News.
So where to next for the two leaders in this campaign? Here's federal politics reporter Liz Daniels.
Peter Dutton back in Brisbane tonight, his hometown, and where both leaders chose to kick off their campaigns. But in an election where much was said about the vulnerability of Labor in Victoria and the number of seats up for grabs as we close out day 3, neither camp is yet to head south. Now, we wait to see whether Melbourne might be the next stop on this magical mystery tour.
China has again made its presence known off the Australian coast, deploying a deep-sea research vessel south of the continent. The high-tech ship recently conducted a joint exploration mission with New Zealand and now appears to be circumnavigating Australia on its way home rather than taking a more direct route north.
I would have preferred that it wasn't there, but we live in circumstances where, just as Australia has vessels in the South China Sea and vessels in the Taiwan Strait and a range of areas, this vessel is there.
The Prime Minister says the ship is being monitored by the Australian Defence Force. The opposition's proposed nuclear reactor and its promise to cancel an offshore wind project dominated Peter Dutton's visit to the Hunter today. The would-be PM pitching nuclear as providing jobs for coal workers.
Peter Dutton attempting to take a tight grip on the marginal seat of Paterson, today talking up his nuclear power plan.
In the Hunter and elsewhere, to be honest, people realise that if there's not a replacement industry for coal, then these jobs go. And that's the reality. In the UK, in the US and in Canada, there's about almost an 80% transfer of jobs from the coal sector across to the nuclear sector.
The Hunter is staring down the barrel of 12,000 job losses in the next 5 years due to mine closures.
Nuclear is still 10 to 15 years away. They needed answers yesterday.
I mean, when people talk about the timelines of nuclear, have a look at the prospect, the commerciality of green hydrogen. I mean, it's just a joke.
The difference is we have a clear plan, which will be coming out in a lot more detail closer to the election.
Those working in the mining industry say the move away from coal is their biggest worry.
We also need the support right here and now to help us set the foundation for that transition.
As for the nuclear option,
to be honest, it's something that's not on our radar.
On Mr Dutton's radar, Tomago Aluminium, about a kilometre away, which is switching to renewable energy.
I really worry about the future of Tomago under Labor. I think what the company wants is reliable power, because particularly for a smelter you need to be able to keep the furnaces running.
Initially, no local media were invited to today's campaign stop. NBN News and the Herald negotiated our way in, but without our own camera. It's understood recent protesters sparked concerns about security.
The fact that he didn't invite local media says volumes about his understanding of our region.
The coalition blames an operational mix-up. Jane Goldsmith, NBN News.
Newcastle Council has begun what it says is its most significant road project, improving connectivity and traffic flow in the city's western suburbs. Darracon has started foundation works on Minmai Road at Wallsend, with widening and lane duplications slated for completion by mid-next year.
It's been long needed, but we're finally getting underway. It's a huge project for Newcastle Council to take on.
Council has funded most of the $40 million project, with the state contributing $7.6 million. The New South Wales government can't say whether controversial shark nets will return to the state's coast next summer. It comes as the Department of Primary Industries removes the seasonal measure ahead of schedule.
A submerged barrier offshore today. The process to remove shark nets started a month early at Newcastle Beach. They were installed last September.
It's been a reduced period of time to ensure that we look after both the natural marine life, but give people the assurity of the net still being present.
The Department of Primary Industries says the new timeline is due to increased turtle migration over April, but it's reignited the old debate about whether the net should be removed permanently.
I think they're causing more problems than they're solving, trapping sea life that doesn't belong in nets.
The state government sought feedback from 25 councils earlier this year about the use of the nets. Both Newcastle and Lake Macquarie chose not to adopt a formal position.
It is a very emotive issue in the community with strong opinions in both directions. Council resolved to leave it to the experts at the state level and take advice from them.
51 shark nets are installed off New South Wales, including 11 on the Central Coast, 4 at Lake Macquarie and 6 at Newcastle. Greens councillor Charlotte McCabe is taking a petition to State MP Tim Crackenthorpe, calling for drones and drumlines to be used instead.
If this state government truly is concerned about marine life, they would not put those nets back in September.
A new report from the state's Threatened Species Scientific Committee has revealed that between September 2023 and April 2024, 255 animals became tangled in shark nets along our coast. 240 of those were non-target species like turtles and dolphins, and just 36% survived. The government says it will review multiple methods before deciding whether the nets return next summer.
I think it's important that we have evidence-based programs in place. Of course, we've got the drum lines there.
Isabella Evans, NBN News.
RSL Life Care has announced a new veteran and family hub will be set up at Ken Tubman Drive in Maitland.
There's going to be lots of great space for people to get the care and the services that, quite frankly, they deserve. They've served our nation, and now it's time for them to get the service that they need.
The hub will deliver a range of services including claims, assistance and help with employment, housing and well-being. Checking temperatures across the region, well, the southerly strong along the coast, along with the huge seas, and that capped temperatures around 24 to 25. It was a similar outcome right throughout the valley, with tops of around 25 to 26, with warmer days ahead. Stay with us, you're watching NBN News. Coming up, the trial of a former Aboriginal education officer accused of kidnapping 2 girls in the Hunter enters its closing stages. A tsunami warning issued after a powerful earthquake hits Tonga. And Football Australia decides whether Sam Kerr will return as Matilda's captain.
You wouldn't know it, but this morning Jasmine was running a fever. With a dose of children's Panadol that can start to reduce fever in 15 minutes and a good nap, she's ready for, everything? Help them back to their epic best with children's Panadol.
Let's work it, Tucky Mints. To the left, to the right. 1 and 2 and 3, all right. Feeling fresh, feeling fine. You're 500 grams for $4.99. Yes, you are. Aldi, good different.
I punt with Ladbrokes because they have more ways to chuck on a multi than Glen Boss has cups to drink from.
Have you fed the dog?
Multi your way with Ladbrokes. Go, you good thing.
You win some, you lose more.
Discover the award-winning Emerald Cruises luxury yacht experience and explore the cultures of the Mediterranean from $7,945 per person. Contact your travel advisor or visit emeraldcruises.com.au.
Ever driven to the edge of the world? With a Hyundai Hybrid, now you can. Discover the Hyundai Hybrid range today.
I'm Nat from O'Brien. These cracks all started as chips. Happens a lot. We replace thousands of windscreens, but a chip repair is faster, cheaper and greener. And with car insurance, your repair is usually free. Book today.
Surrounded by the great outdoors, our home is made for the sunrise surfers, sunset yogis and Saturday cyclists. At Chiropractic Plus, we believe that the right natural treatments can help you lead the active lifestyle you love, pain-free.
We've opened our doors at Warners Bay with 13 extra treatment rooms for chiropractic, massage, psychology, cryotherapy and laser therapy. Our brand new clinic is here to help more people feel good naturally.
Book an appointment with our friendly team today.
With solar and batteries getting cheaper, why do we need nuclear?
And the CSIRO says nuclear is way more expensive than renewables. So why would that help my power bills? Dutton's nuclear plan, why?
Authorised by MRIP for the Communications, Electrical and Plumbing Union, Sydney.
Love to travel with Scenic on the most all-inclusive, ultra-luxury cruise on Europe's rivers over Christmas and festive season? Book now with Hello World Travel and save up to $3,000 per person.
Before you start, there's where on earth do I start? Then that advice from Inspirations Paint. Okay, let's go.
Prosecutors allege a former Aboriginal education officer took 200 girls without their consent, gave them drugs and tried to get a hotel room for his own sexual gratification. Jaden Thorpe is on trial accused of kidnapping the girls in March 2023. Allegations he denies.
Jaden Thorpe was asked by the two students for a lift to school, but prosecutors allege instead he kidnapped them for 6 hours. Today in her closing address, Crown Prosecutor Christy Mully told the District Court jury a key aspect of the trial was whether the girls were wagging school with Thorpe and consenting, or were they asking to go to school and not wishing to be with him. The court heard the 31-year-old drove the girls from Muswellbrook to Aberdeen and then Scone and Denman on the morning of February 7, 2023 and stopped at times to provide them with cocaine and try and book a motel room, but he denies giving them an MDMA tablet. During the trip, one of the girls tried to send a text message to the other saying, "This is sus," which the prosecution argued was powerful evidence of their fear and discomfort. Thorpe denies kidnapping them and gave evidence during his trial, claiming the girls went willingly with him and that he tried to book a room to freshen up, not to have sex. Today, his barrister Ben Bickford described his actions as wacky, strange and obviously inappropriate, but asked the jury, was this really a kidnapping or a regrettable and naive idea by Thorpe to avoid his problems by partying with a couple of troubled kids? The jury has been told Thorpe has pleaded guilty to procuring a third girl aged under 16 for sex by sending her Snapchat messages. The trial continues. Tyson Cottrell, NBN News.
Aftershocks are hampering desperate rescue attempts in Myanmar as the 72-hour window for survival closes. 1,700 people are now confirmed to have died in the earthquake that brought down buildings from Mandalay to Bangkok.
A mountain of rubble that was an apartment complex in Mandalay, and a rescuer risks his own life to find survivors. Inside the scene as a trapped family filmed their own plight. Tapping and shouting to those outside. It's a grandmother and her 2 grandchildren. Crouched under what was the concrete ceiling. There's no video of their rescue, but they somehow made it out safely. Another city and a camera finds a man stuck for 2 days.
Hello. Hello.
He was saved by a team from Singapore. And with a window closing to find those still alive, across Myanmar, rescues grew more desperate. A woman pulled free after more than 2 days, wedged between the collapsed floors of a hotel. And success for an 82-strong crew from China. But nerves are on edge. Here, rescuers run from a building as a 5.1 aftershock hit Mandalay. In Bangkok, there are furious efforts to find survivors from the 30-storey building that collapsed. Dozens remain missing.
I cannot say that I feel good at all, but we are working around the clock.
There were construction workers on multiple floors when it went down. Questions are being asked how it could fail when so close to completion. It's suspected steel used in the reinforcing may have been of inferior quality. As aid and international teams enter Myanmar, the ruling military regime has continued to bomb pro-democracy rebels. Julie Bishop has just returned from Bangkok as the UN's special envoy to Myanmar.
I and everyone else in the UN and the international community is calling for a ceasefire to put down their weapons and focus on the humanitarian support.
Mark Burrows, NBN News.
Aftershocks are still being felt in Tonga after the island nation was hit by a 7.1 magnitude earthquake just after 11 last night. A tsunami warning has since been cancelled and there is no threat to Australia. While there are some initial reports of damage, the extent remains unclear. So-called murky memories stretching back 4 decades have been called into question as wife killer Chris Dawson tries to overturn his conviction for an affair with a teenage student. He was made notorious by the podcast The Teacher's Pet and is now doing everything he can to get out of jail.
A scowl from Silverwater Prison, where Chris Dawson is sentenced to see out the next 2 decades. Today fighting his 3-year conviction for having sex with a 16-year-old student known as AB in 1980.
I am satisfied beyond reasonable doubt that the accused committed the offence charged and find him guilty.
But Dawson is trying to cast doubt on the timeline. In the 2023 trial, AB said she was groomed at fitness classes at Linfield. They shared their first kiss during a driving lesson on the Northern Beaches. Dawson's barrister arguing she gave conflicting evidence over when precisely those events took place, saying she's not sure about anything, remembering 43 years in the past. Conceding Dawson, her high school teacher, was clearly smitten with her, but questioning whether it was proven their relationship became sexual before she turned 17. The 76-year-old killer appeared on screen from Silverwater Prison. He looked gaunt, hunched over, with a blank stare. At one stage, the court asked if he needed a break in proceedings. He replied, "I'm okay." Dawson's already tried and failed to appeal his 24-year sentence for murdering wife Lynette Sims, now waiting for the High Court to rule on whether to grant him a new trial. His current sentence ends in 2046. He'd be 98 years old. Annalise Bolt, NBN News.
Sam Kerr and Football Australia have issued a joint statement confirming the star player will remain the Matildas skipper. Last month, she was found not guilty of racially aggravated abuse against a police officer in London during a drunken dispute in 2023. In today's statement, Kerr says she sincerely regrets how events unfolded and is looking forward to rejoining the Matildas when fit and ready. Rare, short-lived sunshine for northern New South Wales and southeast Queensland today. Newcastle's coastline has been buffeted by strong southerly winds and a constant stream of on and off showers. The remnants of ex-cyclone Diane are moving inland across the red centre, headed for northern New South Wales and southeast Queensland. The intense low off the New South Wales coast will sit there, driving in a large swell while maintaining the southerly winds and coastal showers. Tomorrow, cloud will increase and rain periods will return to northern New South Wales, increasing on Wednesday, generally fine for the Greater Hunter. Stay with us. Coming up next, explosive new claims about Prince Harry following his decision to quit his own charity. Crashing back to Earth, a rocket test comes to a fiery end in the Arctic. And Hunter women embark on an epic alpine trek.
Not again! Why do I always bruise like a pea?
Look, it's Bruises, the fast, easy way to assist with bruising, swelling, scars and wound healing.
Oh, I'm ripe for the picking now.
Bruises, available from leading pharmacies and clinics.
With Light Easy, I've lost 24 kilos and I've stuck at my goal weight the last year and a bit now. It doesn't feel like a diet, and with the high protein fruit smoothies, it's a whole next level of convenience.
Eat healthier, live happier with Light and Easy's new Jumpstart Go.
I've got an idea. We sew the dog's head onto the man's body. Great idea! Dog Man!
You have all the strength of a dog and all the skills of a kung fu cop. You're the hero we need. So keep your eyes on those monitors. If somebody breaks out your favorite chew toy, you look at the monitor. And if somebody happens to have a squirrel, you look at the monitor. Dog Man, in cinemas April 3.
We'll be the place where the ocean meets the sky. We'll soak it up and have the time of our lives. These are the moments we live for. Once in a lifetime, everything we want more. This is the start of a new day.
Join Energy Australia's Flexi plan and get a $200 sign-up credit on your first electricity bill. Join Energy Australia online today or call 133 466.
The federal election has been announced. It's important that you're enrolled to vote and your details are up to date. If you've recently changed your name or address, turned 18 or become an Australian citizen, you must update your details or enrol now. Head to aec.gov.au or pick up an enrolment form at any AEC office and return it to the AEC before 8 p.m. on Monday, 7th of April. Your vote will help shape Australia. Authorised by the Electoral Commissioner, Canberra.
Upgrade your home with Doors Plus March Madness sale. Save on stunning external or sleek internal doors. Even doors for pets. March Madness savings across the range. Plus, we can fit, paint, stain and deliver. Hassle-free from selection to installation. March Madness on now. Doors Plus, no fuss.
It's Cardiff GWM's first birthday and it's time to celebrate. Book in and take a test drive for a chance to win a family holiday valued at $5,000. We're celebrating all through April, so call in to win big at Cardiff GWM and Hunter GWM.
Tui's Newcastle Rugby League returns to #1 sports ground on the 12th of April for the Bryden's Lawyers Magic Round, an action-packed day of footy, family and food. Get your tickets now at newcastlerugbyleague.com.au.
Australia's superannuation industry has been blasted by the regulator as it hands down a report detailing widespread failures and incompetence. It claims thousands of people have been left worse off, some during the most vulnerable time of their life.
Some of the biggest super funds are turning away grieving families in what the head of the corporate watchdog says is a systemic failure.
I think it's widespread neglect.
When a loved one dies, their superannuation plus any insurance is meant to be promptly paid out by their super fund to a family member. Instead, those funds are stalling and fumbling the claims.
Grieving Australians should not have to suffer stress and in some cases financial hardship because of their failures.
ASIC today handed down a review detailing excessive delays, poor customer service and ineffective claims handling procedures across the board. One unidentified fund lied to a grieving widow about their own mishandling of her late husband's claim, taking a year to pay out $600,000. Another widow was forced to wait 500 days because she couldn't navigate the complex process and wasn't being offered any help. Advocacy group Super Consumers Australia says despite the billions of dollars charged in fees, the funds have ignored the customers' problems.
They've been shown to be pretty incompetent when it comes to self-regulation. That's why we're calling for a mandatory customer service standard.
Cbus and Australian Super were left out of this review because they're already being sued by the regulator for egregious examples of delaying payments to grieving families. But now we know the problems are widespread throughout the superannuation sector. ASIC has handed down 34 recommendations and won't rule out further court action. Chris Kohler, NBN News.
More explosive comments have been made about Prince Harry, with the chair of a charity he's just quit saying she refused to be part of the Sussex PR machine. Meanwhile, Princess Kate has chosen not to share a family photo for Mother's Day after last year's frenzy over a manipulated image.
12 months on from the royal photo that broke the internet. Princess Kate this year choosing not to share a traditional snap with her children to mark Mother's Day in the UK, honouring Mother Nature instead. Saying over the past year, nature has been our sanctuary. The wholesome content uploaded as more explosive claims were made about Prince Harry following his decision to quit Centre Bali, a charity he set up in 2006 to help young people with HIV in Africa in honour of his late mother, Princess Diana. The royals citing a breakdown in the relationship between board members and the chair, Dr. Sophie Chandoka, who has now given her side of the story.
That is an example of harassment and bullying at scale. This unleashing of the Sussex machine on me and the 540 employees at Centre Bali who received this and have had to defend it.
But her allegations have been labelled as completely baseless by one source. The charity boss also mentioning Meghan, claiming she disrupted a polo fundraiser.
There was a lot of talk about the Duchess and the choreography on stage and whether she should have been there and her treatment of me. Prince Harry asked me to issue some sort of a statement in support of the Duchess, and I said I wouldn't.
In London, Hannah Sinclair, NBN News.
Donald Trump says he's very angry with Vladimir Putin after weeks of attempting to negotiate a ceasefire in Ukraine. The US president criticising the Russian leader for attacking Volodymyr Zelensky's credibility. Trump is now threatening to enforce further tariffs against Russia if no ceasefire deal is made. A test rocket has spent just 40 seconds in the air before crashing in Norway. Within moments of the launch, smoke began emerging from the sides before it plummeted into the sea and exploded. The unmanned test was intended to kickstart satellite launches from Europe. Despite the short flight, the company involved has hailed it a success, saying there's enough data to learn from. Actor Richard Chamberlain has died, aged 90. He gained popularity in the 1960s playing Dr. Kildare and enjoyed roles starring in Centennial, The Thornbirds and Shogun. Chamberlain died after suffering a stroke in Hawaii. His long-time partner Martin says he was blessed to have known such an amazing and loving soul. The cost of private health insurance goes up from tomorrow, but there are ways to bring your bill down, as Money editor Effie Zahos explains.
Last month, the government signed off on a 3.73% increase in private health insurance premiums. That kicks in tomorrow, but here's the catch. That's just the average. Some insurers are hitting policyholders with hikes more than double that amount. Right now, the market is flooded with switch and save deals, from cashbacks to 12 weeks free cover. But they're all for new customers, which got me thinking, why can't existing customers get these deals? My premium with HCF is set to grow by 7.85%. Sure, it's a big jump, but it's a policy that's no longer sold and it's still competitive. So for now, I'm sticking with it. HCF is offering 6 weeks free for new customers. I called and asked for the same deal, and guess what? I got it. One call saved me $588. It's worth checking if you can do the same. You can save in several ways: downgrade your policy, raise your excess to reduce your premium, switch or stay put and ask your insurer. I'll have what they're having.
The ASX has recorded one of its worst days of the year so far, amid concerns another economic downturn is on the way. More from Chris Kohler.
Almost $42 billion was wiped off the ASX today as another wave of fear washed over investors. Donald Trump says Wednesday will be what he calls Liberation Day, and the concern is that could mean more heavy tariffs that could spark a global economic slowdown. It's all speculation because nobody really knows what's going to happen next, but in Australia, plenty of investors weren't hanging around to find out, all sectors finishing in the red. Elsewhere, the Board of Domain, which is majority owned by Nine, has announced its support for a takeover offer from US listings company CoStar. And looking to the currency, the Australian dollar is buying under 63 US cents, 58 euro cents and 48.5 British pence. And with the uncertainty swirling around Washington, the price of gold has shot to a new record high, above $3,100.
The first Australian astronaut to enter orbit under our flag will leave Earth in a matter of hours. Polar explorer Eric Phillips is set to make history in more ways than one.
He spent a career navigating some of the toughest terrain on Earth.
Each year brings new surprises. Severe storms rarely seen in these parts.
And Eric Phillips is about to put those hard-earned skills to the test.
My whole life, the last 40 years, really has shaped me for this moment.
Blast off tomorrow from Cape Canaveral. The 62-year-old from South Australia will go from polar explorer to astronaut as he becomes the first Australian to enter orbit wearing our flag. But that's not all.
This is the first ever mission where humans will orbit over the North and South Pole.
What a sight that will be, and who better to enjoy the privilege than a man who's spent so many decades trudging through that very ice.
Exactly how the Antarctic and the Arctic look to human eyes will be something revelatory, I think.
Eric will be among a 4-man crew on the SpaceX aircraft. He'll be responsible for responding to any emergencies on board, and he'll also work as the mission specialist.
I need to look after the interior of the aircraft.
The mission is also a chance for research exercises. The crew will attempt to grow mushrooms, and if successful, it could be a great way to feed future astronauts. This trip is expected to take around 3.5 days. For Eric, space has been a dream ever since he watched the moon landing as a 7-year-old.
It's one small step for man, one giant leap for mankind.
Now this explorer is about to make his own piece of history.
Still a pinch me moment every day.
In the United States, Reid Butler, NBN News.
20 women set off this afternoon on an epic trek to raise money for the Mark Hughes Foundation. Spirits were high at Newcastle's McDonald Jones Stadium as they embarked for an 8-day hike through New Zealand's Southern Alps. The group has already raised more than $200,000 for the foundation's fight against brain cancer. Go Tash. Go Tash. She should have some fun, as long as that foot doesn't give her too much pain along the way. Let's move to sport now with Adam Murray. And Adam, some of the NRL's biggest stars will be sitting on the sidelines this weekend.
That's right. Good evening, Gav. Some are injured while others are suspended. But Nathan Cleary is set to return for the Panthers. Can he help his side out of its form slump? More next. Plus, the Knights lose a player to the Super League, and Mitchell Stark's career best IPL spell to down some Aussie teammates.
Woolworths tender 100% Australian lamb leg roast. Out of the oven and falling off the bone. On special this week for $12 a kilo, save $3 a kilo. From the fresh food people.
Panadol, trusted by millions of Aussies for every everyday pain.
Universities matter because of what matters to us, like medical research and better treatments. For more ways universities benefit us all, visit universitiesmatter.edu.au.
Come here, come a little closer.
Small sedan.
I don't wanna hurt you. Little more, come
Big
here.
personality. The first ever Kia K4.
Kia, movement that inspires.
Feels like us now.
It's not just how a room looks that matters, it's how it feels. Porter's, paint with heart and soul.
Forget the fad flavours.
What's wrong with me?
And get the fabulously fresh, baked today hot cross buns this Easter at Baker's Delight.
This 30-second getaway comes to you from Premium Cabin 6 at Reflections Bonny Hills. If you want to stay longer, you know where to find us.
Life feels like it never stops. Until it does. Breast cancer doesn't wait. So don't wait to breast screen. It's the best way to find cancer early, before you notice a change or feel a lump. 20 minutes every 2 years could save your life. Book your free breast screen online or call 13 2050.
I love having Red Energy on my team, and I think you will too. So if you want real Aussie energy, give Red a call today on 131 806. Love to travel with Scenic on the most all-inclusive, ultra-luxury cruise on Europe's rivers over Christmas and festive season? Book now with Hello World Travel and save up to $3,000 per person.
Three of the game's biggest stars, Tom Trbojevic, Jerome Luai and Brian To'o, are all set for stints on the sideline. The Panthers have even more to worry about. The Premiers are in their worst form slump in 6 years.
3 losses on the bounce, but it's not yet panic stations at Penrith.
What do the real Panthers look like in 2025?
Yeah, a lot better than that. Yeah, we haven't seen them yet, so...
What can we expect?
We can expect better. We're just still trying to work into our season. You know, we're a new team, new circumstances, new season. We just haven't, put anything enough consistently together yet. But I'm confident it's coming. If we can kind of get that a little bit more, balanced, then we'll find out, who the real Panthers are.
The four-time premiers will have added motivation for milestone man Isaiah Yeo on Friday. The co-captain becomes the first Panther to play 250 games for the club.
300, 350 the goal.
I've always had sort of a career goal. I'd love to hit 300 for Penrith, so touch wood. I've obviously signed here for a few more years yet, so that'd be nice.
Nathan Cleary will return from concussion against the Cowboys.
Anytime you get the best player in the game back in your team is a good thing.
But the Panthers will be without Brian To'o for a month due to a fresh hamstring strain. Tom Trbojevic is expected to miss 4 weeks with a knee injury, while Jerome Luai has undergone scans on the same shoulder he had reconstructed after the 2023 NRL Grand Final. The Tigers co-captain also hit with a one-match ban for a high shot.
I think if you take the 7 out of any team, it's always going to be a pretty big loss. They're the person that steers the ship around and organises everything.
It's better news for Bunnies veteran Alex Johnston. The winger cleared of serious injury but has a rib issue and is a chance of playing in Friday's Rabbitohs-Roosters showdown.
It's bragging rights and you always want to beat them. Keen to rip in on Friday and get one up on them.
Zach Bailey, NBN News.
The Bulldogs have had their depth tested and have passed with flying colours, thanks in part to a junior who's become a fan favourite. Bailey Haywood played a key role in the Dogs' impressive win over the Sharks and today opened up about his fascinating family history.
4 rounds in and the Dogs are having a party, thanks in a big way to uncompromising players like Bailey Haywood.
Top of the comp, undefeated. How does that feel?
Yeah, it's pretty cool. It's pretty surreal. We probably don't look at that a whole lot, but I think if we continue to string good games together, being connected and playing well, then results are going to happen.
And he's extended his contract until the end of 2026.
It means the world to me. I'm very, very happy to be here.
They breathe them tough out Belmore way. Don't let Haywood's angelic looks fool you.
Well, I think it just sort of comes a bit natural. Obviously, when I was younger, my dad had sort of instilled that toughness in me, and it's just always been a part of my game. So it's not something I sort of think about too much. I think it just comes pretty naturally.
How did Brad, your dad, instill a lack of fear into your toughness?
Just sprays coming off the field if I wasn't doing certain things. But I definitely don't think I'd be the player I am without sort of his hard criticism and just keep me accountable. It's maybe the player I am today.
Haywood's name is famous in the game. His grandfather Paul played for Newtown, but he's most widely remembered for spending 11 years in a Bangkok prison after being arrested for heroin possession. He died at the age of 38 after being given a king's pardon. Bailey's happy to discuss his granddad.
It happened a long time ago, so a lot of older people, will ask me about it, but I feel a lot of people in today's day and age don't really know a whole lot about it. I don't really know a whole lot about it, but it is what it is, and it's what happened.
He was a tough footballer as well, he played the game really tough.
Yeah, definitely. That's what I think. Whenever speaking to people about my pop, the one thing they always say is how tough he was. He wouldn't back down from anything. If I can sort of be a little bit like he was, I'll definitely take that.
Danny Weidler, NBN News.
There was no Will Price at night's training this morning, with the club granting him an immediate release to return home to the UK and take up a multi-year deal with Hull FC in the Super League. Price joined Newcastle last season and played 5 games for the club, scoring a try on debut against the Eels. The Knights face the Bulldogs on Sunday. Former AFL Premiership player and coach Danny Laidley has revealed she's been diagnosed with a rare brain tumour. The 58-year-old telling the Imperfects podcast she felt like she'd been hit by a sledgehammer when she learned she needs surgery to remove a vein growth at the base of her skull.
It's not going to kill me, but being on my spinal cord, it has to come out. It's sort of like walking around with a stone in your shoe. Some days it really hurts and other days it's okay.
Laidley did not say when she will undergo surgery. Cameron Green says he's willing to bat anywhere to return to Australia's Test team. The all-rounder has been cleared to play following back surgery and will fly to the UK next week for a stint in county cricket to push his case for selection in the World Test Championship final.
We've got obviously an ultra-successful top 5, 6, 7. So yeah, it's never easy, but that's what you want it to be in a Test team. You never want, you want someone to basically rise to the challenge, take that position for themselves.
Green hasn't returned to bowling yet, but says he will be fit to do so in the upcoming Ashes series. Mitchell Starc is earning his money in the IPL, taking career best figures to down his Aussie teammates. Starc claimed the scalp of Travis Head on his way to 5 for 35, a man of the match performance. Jake Fraser-McGurk then took up the attack, making 38 as the Delhi Capitals defeated the Pat Cummins-led Sunrisers. Coming up next, Australia's Minwoo Lee breaks through for his first win on the PGA Tour.
Getting ready in a rush? Refresh and style hair instantly with Batiste Dry Shampoo from Chemist Warehouse. It gently removes oil to refresh hair, is great for adding lift and texture, and leaves hair smelling amazing. Refresh hair quickly with Australia's #1 dry shampoo brand. Try Batiste Dry Shampoo just $6.84 each at Chemist Warehouse. And try new Batiste Sensitive Scalp, dermatologically tested to gently refresh hair. Live, look, feel fabulous every day at Chemist Warehouse.
This 30-second holiday for your mind comes to you from Tiny Home 56 at Reflections Byron Bay. If you want a little more, you know where to find us.
Care that works. From a team you know, in a place you belong. Your place. Welcome to Hammond Care Home Care.
I found him online. I'm definitely going to see him again.
Excellent. See you in 12 months, Emma?
Okay, great.
Because our stores are run by local optometrists, they put your care first, which can make them rather popular.
This is Minecraft. In this world, creativity is key to survival. My gosh, I'm so sorry. A Minecraft movie.
Wear for front seat crooners and back seat belters. Those recharging their batteries.
Give it a try.
And those needing a new one.
Thanks so much. No problem.
Wear for helping a member every 30 seconds.
Thanks, mate.
Like Oliver, who just locked his keys in the car. Again. Join Australia's largest roadside assistance network with complimentary My NRMA rewards. Search NRMA Roadside.
As a police officer, I learned the importance of turning up when it matters. As a small business owner, I learned the importance of balancing the books and being responsible. And as a minister, I learned that a strong economy and safe community are central to everything. I'm not interested in taking the easy path, because we live in the best country in the world, and I'm determined to get Australia back on track.
Authorised by A-Hurst Liberal, Canberra.
Love to travel with Scenic on the most all-inclusive, ultra-luxury cruise on Europe's rivers over Christmas and festive season? Book now with Hello World Travel and save up to $3,000 per person.
This report brought to you by Cox Mowers. Cox, proudly engineered Aussie tough for over 70 years.
Aussie golfer Minwoo Lee didn't even want to play in the Houston Open, but his manager's late decision to enter him has changed his life. The 26-year-old breaking through for his first win on the PGA Tour after holding his nerve down the stretch.
This is the moment Minwoo Lee
has done it.
Has waited his entire career for. A breakthrough win on the PGA Tour, coming in characteristically dramatic fashion.
For some reason this week I just wanted to be as mentally strong as I can, and now I know that's what it takes.
The Australian started the final round with a 4-shot lead, and a red-hot putter helped disguise some nerves off the tee.
Oh, beautiful tempo.
But after sending his tee shot on the 16th into the water...
What just happened?
The resulting bogey had major champions Scotty Scheffler and Gary Woodland within one. It's pressure Lee hasn't been able to handle previously.
That's why Sundays are so tough. You know people are creeping. So I thought 2 pars will do it, but I was freaking out inside, yeah, if you wanted to know.
Standing over his ball on the 18th, you couldn't tell, lagging it to perfection, sealing an emotional victory.
What a putt!
To get it done and to hit shots that I didn't trust, a month ago, it's unbelievable.
The perfect time for Lee to bury his mental demons with the Masters less than 2 weeks away.
Let him cook.
Nicole Dunn, NBN News.
Both the Aussie men and women have medalled at the Hong Kong Sevens. The women went down to New Zealand in the final, 26 points to 19. While the men were beaten by Argentina in the semis, but regrouped to claim bronze, overcoming Fiji 22-21 right on the siren. The FA Cup's Final Four is locked in with Manchester City through thanks to a 2-1 triumph over Bournemouth. City will face Nottingham Forest in the semis, while Aston Villa takes on Crystal Palace after progressing with a 3-0 win over Preston. The Jets' slim finals hopes in the A-League women's competition are all but over after yesterday's 2-0 loss at home to fourth-placed Western United.
Obviously the girls are pretty shattered, and especially to lose at home is not what we're after. We keep talking about pride and pride in our own performance, pride in the jersey and finishing off the season on a strong note.
The season will pause this weekend due to the international window. Newcastle will be back in action on April 11 when it takes on unbeaten leaders Melbourne City. Australian wicketkeeper Alex Carey and former quick Ryan Harris have backed Newcastle's Jason Sanger for higher honours after his match-winning ton for South Australia in the Sheffield Shield final. It's a big turnaround for the Wallsend junior, who admits 12 months ago his career was at a crossroads.
From being discarded by New South Wales last summer to leading South Australia to its first Shield title in 29 years.
Hasn't quite sunk in yet. Over this week, we'll get to celebrate it more. Maybe the more footage we keep seeing. It's been all over the socials lately, and it's just starting to hit me more and more every day. So it's it's really special right now.
Celebrations remain in full swing following Jason Sanger's heroics. The Novacastron was mobbed by fans on Saturday afternoon after hitting the winning runs against Queensland.
As soon as I threw my bat in the air and I saw Benny, I saw a swarm of people coming. I thought, oh, gee whiz, I better hope I get my bat.
In the middle with Alex Carey, and with their adopted state on the ropes at 3 for 28, the pair completed a record run chase in a Shield final. Sanger finishing with an unbeaten 126.
Jason Sanger's innings is one of the great Shield hundreds we'll see in a final, and hopefully higher honours for him.
Coach and former Australian pace bowler Ryan Harris echoing Alex Carey's call.
He's only made a couple of hundreds this year, but international cricket, he definitely play it. I don't think he'd be too far away if he keeps batting like that.
The 25-year-old well and truly repaid South Australia's faith during the season, scoring 3 tons and just as many half-centuries to finish with an average of 53.
Everyone's got dreams to play for Australia, but for me this year it was really important. I just wanted to get back to my best, win games for South Australia, win trophies for South Australia, and we've done that. So I guess the next challenge is to do it all again.
Hunter rugby duo Lane Morgan and Sarah Reardon have helped the Queensland Reds book a home Super W semi-final with a comprehensive 47-10 victory over the Western Force yesterday. The Reds will now host Fiji and Drua on Sunday at 1 p.m. before the Waratahs and the Force also go head-to-head for a grand final berth. The decider will be held at North Sydney Oval on April 12. Curry's Cameron Dunker went agonisingly close to making the Australian Superbike podium for the first time at the weekend, finishing 4th in race 1 at Sydney Motorsport Park.
We got a few things to work on in this one, and hopefully be able to take that position away and be closer to Josh and Mike. That's the goal, and we'll just see what we can do.
The 17-year-old didn't have the cleanest of races to close out the second round, finishing 9th, 1 place ahead of Max Stouffer. Swansea's Tom Edwards was 11th, while meanwhile Nolkenbar's Jed Louis began his Oceania Cup campaign. He's 12th in the standings. And Newcastle Rowing Club ended its 11-year-long medal drought at the National Championships in Tasmania at the weekend. Jack Henley and Remy Keats did the honours, securing bronze in the lightweight men's double scull on Friday. And they weren't done yet. Keats teaming up with Ben Homer for another bronze in the club men's double scull. Congratulations to all the team.
All right, thank you so much, Adam. Stay with us. It is time to check in with this weather situation. All of your local details straight after the break.
Pill panic. Where are these must-have meds?
It's really heartbreaking.
Families stressed and desperate. A current affair next.
Reduce the cost of housing by 50%. Fast trains 120 kilometres from the CBD. 20 minutes to the CBD. Affordable homes. Vote 1, Trumpet of Patriots.
Authorised by Anne Favager for the Trumpet of Patriots Gold Coast.
Universities matter because of what matters to us, like medical research, finding cures and better treatments, crops that survive droughts, more doctors and nurses to take care of us in later life, because we need affordable energy and housing, healthier koalas, safer cars, cleaner water, For more ways universities benefit us all, visit universitiesmatter.edu.au.
Get your place looking good for less.
Dulax Interior Paint, $98.90. Sally's 180-gram gap filler, $12.90.
Where you find the competitor's lower price on the same stocked item, we'll beat it by 10%. Lowest prices are just the beginning.
Book now and fly free with Viking. Enjoy all-inclusive pricing on board our award-winning longships.
Hurry, Viking's Explorer sale ends soon. Book your next voyage before 31 March to secure free flight offers. See your Viking agent or visit viking.com.
It's the final week of Surprise Fries at Macca's, and this week's draw is a chance to win a brand new car as our Prime Minister, plus free fries for a year. Play for a 1 in 3 chance to win millions of prizes.
Every Easter, Amanda Boyd looks forward to her Mahjong team's annual road trip. Martin Boyd looks forward to a trip under the bonnet. Happy Easter, Marty. However you Easter, make it super. Super Cheap Auto.
It's a new era that powers us forward. Introducing the all-new Audi Q6 e-tron. This is you. This is us. This is Audi.
Being able to talk to an Instant Scripts doctor anytime, day or night, helps us feel better already.
Over 2 million Australians have turned to Instant Scripts for their healthcare needs. Our doctors are here for you 24/7.
At Doors Plus, you can have a security screen door that provides peace of mind without sacrificing a cool breeze. This screen door can be custom made with a range of on-trend colours, a superior 316 marine-grade mesh, 3-way lock and tested to Australian standards. Why choose any other screen door? Our qualified team will measure, make, deliver and install at a time convenient for you. Visit a Doors Plus showroom to see the ultra-safe and enjoy a cool breeze without sacrificing security. Doors Plus?
No fuss.
A help company would get people back on their feet, make complicated stuff simple, and even try to predict the unpredictable. So that's what we're doing. NRMA Insurance, a help company.
A monster swell is hammering the coast at the moment, all thanks to what's known as a bombing low. So the clouds spiralling around offshore. A bombing low is when a low pressure system drops 24 hectopascals in 24 hours. To note over central Australia that there is the remnants of ex-tropical cyclone Diane, and sadly that is going to return the rain to northern New South Wales and southeast Queensland. You can see from tomorrow right across the Territory and Queensland, cloud increasing and the wet weather returning. For us, the southerly winds remaining strong along the coast and the swell huge. Most of the showers just drawing away from the coast as we move through the day. Today, they're mostly just been clipping the coastal fringe, predominantly around Port Stephens to Seal Rocks. Temperatures maxing out generally into the mid-20s. That humidity still up there and therefore still warm. Tomorrow, mid-20s again with partly cloudy conditions for the valley. A couple of showers, mostly along the coastal fringe in the morning, and then they'll start to clear, making way for generally a fine afternoon. And we've got some pretty nice conditions on the way as we move through the rest of the week. But the swell, the coast is getting hammered. We're going to see coastal erosion occur here with a monster 6-metre swell and the winds remaining very strong. Sun to rise up late, 7:04. This is the final week of daylight saving, finishing up on Sunday. Tomorrow it's an early low tide, so we'll be hitting the high at 11:30, then back to the low in the afternoon, and that swell out of the south. That'll be just about it it for the wet weather. We've got some sunshine. It's going to be lovely. It's going to be quite warm, in fact. Plenty of mid-20s on the way as we move through the week, even warming a little further than that by the time we hit Friday and to kickstart the weekend. Looking fantastic for the valley as well. Lovely conditions on the way for the Central Coast. Very comfortable conditions there for the second half of the week, and it should be a sparkling weekend, and we've certainly earned it. Let's check out this swell. It is absolutely huge, and didn't it come up fast? Also, that occurs when you get a low that intensifies so very, very quickly. So we're going to see quite an amount of coastal erosion with this because it is huge sets, pretty much just a complete blown out affair at the moment. It's just shutting down shop for most of our open beaches. So there's only a few areas up and down the coast that will handle this kind of swell. Looks like it's going to hold for most of the day. Tomorrow it's going to be quite big because that low is actually moving back slightly towards the east coast. That's NBN News. Good night.